Hello everyone. I have already solved the first part of this class 12 computer science board paper of this year. So first part consists of section A, which is of 21 questions, and each question carry 1 marks. So you can see the full solution of this first part in my previous video. I will send the link in the description. Now today I am solving the second part, and I'm solving it from the student's point of view. So I'm assuming like if the first part take 1 hour, let I think 1 hour is slightly more, but still I'm considering it's a 1 hour. So I'm trying to solve this paper in 2 hours. So I have put a timer here. So let me start the timer first and then try to answer each of the question. Okay, and I will try to give some explanation also in between. So let's start now. Question number 22 is saying, what does return statement do in a function? Explain with the help of an example. So, what is the purpose of return statement? So, this is question number 22. So, basically, return statement uh, returns a value or values from a function. From a function, it also terminates any further execution of the function, further execution of the function, and the uh, va- uh, returns the control to the uh, function uh, calling statement. So basically, the function calling statement is waiting for the function to return the value. So once it returns the value, so till the time it is not returning or the function is execution is going on, so it will wait. So once the return its value, so it goes to the statement. Now, it is asking for explain with an example. So example I'm showing you here, like for example, def, and let's see, we write add a comma b and write c is equal to a plus b, and then we are writing print, not print, return c. Now here we are doing some value xy which is equal to 10 comma 20, and then we are writing here print add x comma, right. So it is returning the value and it is the add function. So it will be printed here, right? So let me run it here. So it is getting 30. So this is an example. So you will be giving one example. So example is this. So this is question number 22. So here is the return statement. The question saying explain with the help of an example. Okay. So this is the example. So the moment the function will return this value, the function call will end here, and then this value is printed here, right? So this is good enough. Let's see question number 23. Question number 23 is right saying what write one example of each of the following: Python syntax error and implicit type conversion. Now, what is syntax error? Now, its example is they are saying, but we are writing it happens due to uh, violation violation of any syntax, grammatical rule, rather, I say, grammatical rule or rules or spellings error uh, in uh, in the programming code, in the programming. So spelling errors of keywords, especially of keywords, if there is any error is there of keywords in the programming code, right? So example. So it's a very simple example is I'm just showing a very simple example. There can be many examples. Let's say you are doing a very common example. You're doing x equal to int and you're writing input, and here you're writing enter number, and in this number you are leaving one bracket. So it's a syntax error. So one example is this one. This is of a simple example of this. This is example. So bracket is not, so the error which is here is the bracket was never closed. So it is giving, this is a syntax error. So syntax error happens whenever you are writing something with an incorrect statement. So that can be a syntax error, right? So next one is saying what is implicit type conversion, right? One example of implicit type conversion. So implicit type conversion is basically uh, a, in this type conversion, uh, the system, the mixed expressions, the lower data type values values are automatically converted into higher data type, higher compatible data types. All right. So in this type conversion, the lower data types values are automatically converted into higher compatible data types. Let's see example where could this can happen. Like you have an expression. Let's say you're writing x is equal to let's say 10 and y is equal to 20, 20.0. Then you are writing z is equal to x plus y, and then you are doing this thing as x plus y, and you are writing the print of z. Now, if you run this code, what you will see, the final result is 30.0. This has happened because of the implicit type conversion of the value x. So here is the code. So here the output is 30.0. So the value of y, not x, value of x is automatically converted into float type before addition took place. See, if it does not happen, because incompatible types, if we try to do, it gives an error. So it must be, it happens just because the values of x is converted into float type. So this error has not occurred, right? So now we are coming to the next question. The next question is giving consider the dictionary D or D1. So D is this one, D1 is this one. Answer using built-in functions only. So see, there are or are there, so we have to be careful in each one. So let me do only the first part, but both can be done. The first part is saying write a statement to display the return, the value corresponding to the key Raj in the dictionary. Okay. So for 24th part A, which is part 1A, part 1A. It's a very simple one. It is saying that you have to return the value of correspondence corresponding to the key Raj in the dictionary D. So dictionary D value of Raj. So you can write value is equal to dictionary of the Raj. So it is Raj. Okay. So this is the dictionary D. Now, there's a or part also. I'm doing the next part in this. The next part is saying B part, which is saying write a statement to find the length of the dictionary given, which is also very simple. And sometimes I tell you it's a good idea to do both the parts in case one of the part is incorrect. In the board correction, what happens? They will consider the correct part. So if you have done both the parts, so you can do. So it's a very simple one, len of D. It's saying no D1, length of the D1, so length of D. Okay, now we come to the part 2. Now part 2 is saying write a statement to append all the key value pairs of dictionary D in D1. So if you have to put all the values of the D in D1, so we need a method similar to extend. Not have an extend method. So what we will do, we will use a method which is very similar to the extend method, which is known as the we call that method as update method. So we have to append all the keys of D in D1. So we can write something like this for part 2A. We'll write D dot. So D to the dictionary, all the key value pairs. Okay, in D1 we have to add the D1 dot update. Okay, this is the first part. And second part is saying write a statement to delete the item with the given key Amit from the dictionary D1. Okay. So you have to delete the item with the key Amit from the dictionary D1. So it is a very simple one. You can write D1 dot pop and you can write Amit. So it will delete the this one. So we have done question number 24. Now we come to 25. 25 is saying what is the possible option expected here, import random, and it is saying the cards, heart, spade, and this thing are there. So for I in range, okay, 2. So that means the I value will be 0 and I value will be 1. Okay, I value will be 0 and 1. Now print cards random dot rand in 1 comma I plus 2. Okay. So see what is the meaning of this rand int will give a value from 1 to I plus 2. So I plus 2 means basically what it is doing is it's cards, and within the cards we have the random function which is taking the value from 1 uh, to 1 to it is taking a value I plus 2, that means 0 plus 2 in the first time. So 0 plus 2 will be 2, right? So it's basically taking the value, if you look at this card's value, which is equal to 1 to 2. Okay, so we can say any value between 1 to 2, that is 1 will be your spade and club. So spade is there, and club is there. So this is the one possible case of for 0. Okay. So it will take any one of the value. Don't consider both. Okay. So it is a card will take any one of the values, spade, club. Next time it is again 1. So it is 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 means that is we will take this one here and here, and it is 1, 2, 3 this time. So 1, 2, 3 means the value will be somewhere between uh, 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. So this time club and diamonds are also possible. So two values are already there. So one more value is there, which is diamond. Okay, one more value diamond is there. Okay, so you're getting diamond is there. So all right, and see, it's not going the output in the next line, so it will be in the same line. So in the first case, if we look at the output result, the first result is saying spade and diamond. So what is the question saying? Which is the possible output? So first is spade and diamond. So let's see, it's 0 to 1, 1 to 3. Okay. Spade and diamond is possible. Okay. In the A, the spade, hash, diamond, hash. Okay. It's a possible. Then we have the next one, which is spade and heart. Okay. B is not possible. The C is also not possible. And D is also not possible. The correct option is, so the correct option is option A. Okay, is A. Right. I hope you understood why this the correct option is. So now we come to question number 26. Question number 26, they are saying there's a code given which below accepts n as an integer argument and returns the sum of all integers from 1 to n. 1 to n it was. Observe the code carefully and rewrite it after removing all syntax and logical errors and underline all the corrections. So let me take one by one, and then first I am going for the syntax error, then I will go for the logical. So let's see, first one is given sum n. Okay. Now here itself there is a one error, sum n, where is the colon. For now, it wants the sum of all integers from 1 to n. Okay. Now, one more thing which is very important, when you use a sum variable, it's very important to initialize the sum to 0. So here the error 1 we have got it, but sum is equal to, so the variable is s is equal to 0. S is equal to 0, and this is You can write this is as the error one or correction one or whatever error one we can say. That is the error one from syntax error point of view. Then this is one more error is there, which is the need to write correct this one. Then you have to do 1 to n. So you need for I in range 1 to n plus 1. Remember, you need 1 plus n plus 1 if you want to find the sum of n numbers. Okay, 1 to n. So n, if you write, it will exclude that. So you need 1 to n plus 1. That is the thing. And then you write here s is equal to s plus I. So you have one error 2 is here, or correction 2 you can do. I think correction 2 will be better. Correction 2. Correction is a big word. Let's see, avoid that for error 2, or you can write short also. Then you have error 3. Error 3, this is the line is there. And then what it is doing, okay. Thereafter return S, which is okay. There is no problem with return S. Return S. And then you are doing the print sum of 10. Okay, so print sum 10, which is perfectly okay. But still there is two errors are there. So we have done the first one here. Some 0 is here. For range I in 1 to n plus 1. Okay, n 1 to n plus 1, that is 2 is there. And s is equal to s plus I we are doing, and return s. Okay, that is perfect. So print sum is there. So syntax and logical error, all we have done. So ultimately, I think this can be done as return 3 and 4. We can give it here together because there is a one initial value is required and this thing are there. So even we can run it whether it's working properly. It's working perfectly. So this is all right. So this is question number 26. Now we come to question number 27. 27 is saying Nisha is assigned the task of maintaining the staff data of an organization. She has to store the details of the staff in SQL table name employees, attributes EMP number, name, department, basic salary to store employee identification number, name, department, and basic salary respectively. There can be two or more employees with the same name in the organization. Okay. So name cannot be a primary key. Helps Nisha to identify the attribute which should be designated as the primary key and justify the answer. So obviously here it's very easy to understand the EMP number can be considered as the employee identification number. So in part A, employee what is this? This is employee number, EMP number, right? EMP number as the can be selected as the can be should be selected as the should be considered as the primary. Now here they are saying uh, why we should consider justify the answer. The reason is very straightforward. A primary key must be unique and not uh, in case of other fields duplicate values uh, are present. Duplicate values are present. So are present. So uh, they cannot be considered for the primary. I think this is good enough. Uh, and next is help Nisha to identify the constraint which should be applied to the name so that names employee's name cannot be left empty or null. So I'm doing it. That's a very simple one. I think this is you can also do, which is the B part of this one. So this is part E. Here, this is part A. So the constraint is not null. Okay. If a constraint is not null, so you cannot leave it blank. You need to give it a value. Now we come to the part two of this one. Write a SQL command to change the attribute side of basic salary in employee to allow maximum value of this to be stored in it. So what you can do is that initially might be it's not a float, so you can maximum value of this if you want to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can write this one. mm, alter table, alter table, alter table employees, add alter table employees, uh, uh, modify modify basic cell, uh, basic cell to, you can write it here decimal and 7 comma 2. Okay, so this will modify the field, right? And the next is, sorry, modify the column name decimal. Next is write SQL command to delete the table employees. To delete the table employees, we write drop table employees, which will delete the physically delete the table from the. So this is question number 27. Now we come to question number 28. Uh, okay, explain the term URL. Okay, what is the term URL? So this is the one. So URL uh, stands for Uniform Resource Locator, and it is the full path of a resource on a network. Okay, so if like any full path is there, for example, you can write is http colon www.msn.in.cricket dot IPL dot. Okay, so this is one example. What is expand the term PPP, and what is the use of PPP? Okay. Now, basically, PPP is a term for uh, point-to-point protocol, point-to-point protocol. So, P part is PPP stands for point-to-point protocol. Okay, and what is the purpose of this? Is basically it helps in directly connecting two devices on a network, or two devices on a network. If you want to use two devices connected in network, you will use P2P protocol, right? Next is, okay, let's see, we come to section C. Section C is this. Question number 29. Question number 29 is saying, write a Python function that displays all line containing vote from a text file election.txt, and if the file contains this thing. Okay, let's see this, the line is there. Okay. Election.txt to display all the line containing the word vote as a word. Okay, so how will we do this thing? For doing this thing, what we do is that I'm writing just a function. They are asking the function. So let's see the function. We give the name display. Let's just show. Now, first thing we have to open the file, which is the file name is election.txt. Okay, election.txt, text, and in read mode. Okay. Now, what we need to do, we need to read all the lines present in the file. So, reading all the lines in a file, we need f dot read line, f dot read lines. And after read lines, what we need to do? Uh, uh, so, we need to read each line of the file and to see that whether the each line is having. So, you have to display all lines containing the word vote present in it. So what you do for line in lines, we will get the words which are present in the line. So line dot split will this thing. Now what we do if the word, what is the name, what is the thing, vote. Vote in line, because see the words is basically is a list. So in this list, if this particular vote word is there, right? So in that case, we have to display the line, so we print the line, right? So and this is the f dot. So it's a very easy program, you can see. So I think nothing more they have asked. Opening the file and display all the line containing the word for. Okay, so we have done all the things which is required in this program. So this is the 29 first part. I think 29 we have done. 30. There is again a B part is given here. Okay, so let me see the time. We have time here. So write a function that displays all the words starting and ending with a vowel from a text file report.txt. The consecutive words should be separated in space in output. All right. To display all the words starting and ending with a vowel from a text file. Okay, now here also you see the file we can take is the report.txt. Report.txt. This is all right. uh, Display all the words which are starting or ending with vowel. So let's see for the word, the strategy little bit we change. What we do first the entire text we write f dot read, and then for words we write text dot split. Okay, words is text dot split. We have split the word, separated by the consecutive words should be separated by space. For example, so wherever we are getting a word which is starting or ending with a vowel character, like once e, like this. So what we do, we have to separate it by the consecutive word. So what we do is one little strategy we take. Let's see, we take a list. Okay, in this list we are going to store the words. For word in words, for each of the words, if uh, first character, which is word 0, is in A E I O U, and word -1 in A E I O U, then what we do, we list dot that particular append, we will append this word, right? So once this is done, before printing, we will get they want the word to be separated by a space. So what we do, we get a list words is equal to, we take some space and then we join and we put the list here, and then we will print the list. So it is going to do. There can be done in many ways, but I think this is okay to find out. So this is the solution for the part 2. Okay. So here is the or part which you can do like this. Question number 30 is saying a stack name CLR stack containing records of some color. Each record is represented as tuple containing 4 elements. Okay. Stack name is already given. So I'm writing the stack name, which is CLR stack. Okay. So the stack is given. Color stack they mean actually. So it's an empty stack at the beginning. Now each record is represented as a tuple containing 4 elements. So 4 elements are the color name, red, green, blue. Okay. And color name is a string, and red, green, blue are integer, like the one it is here is more like looks like a tuple. Now you have to write a function push color which take the stack and the new color. This function takes the stack and add a new color as an argument and pushes this record onto the stack. Basically, it is taking def push color, which is push color, which is taking the color stack and a new color. And what it is doing, this function takes the stack, color stack, and a new record as an argument. So this is a new record argument, pushes this record onto the stack. So pushes this, that means CLR stack dot append new color. Okay, this is the new stack is there. Now the next function is saying pop color. This function pop the topmost record, and if the stack is empty, it is giving under. So it is pop color. They have written in small. So let me do def pop color, and this time they are taking only the this color stack. Okay, and then if this color stack is equal to empty, then oh, this is empty is not this list, but this is in the form of this. Then what it is saying, then you have to, if the stack is empty, display the message underflow. So you print underflow, underflow, stack underflows, and return. Okay. Else, you need to take the record out of this one, which is color stack dot pop, and this time you are it's saying to returns the top values from the return. So it is returning this record. So this is the pop stack. Now the next function is saying is empty is a function whether this is empty or not, return true or false. So here what we do, there is a function def is empty, which also take color stack, and this function, though I have already used this thing, but here if the color stack is equal to empty, that means then you return true, else return false. Okay, so this is question number, we have 30. All right, question number 30 we have done. Now we come to 31. We have time is there, but let's see. Okay, there is another one, but I think when it's you can do this one also. It's not a very difficult one. You have a write the following push trail where n and my stack is there. Should push the last five elements onto the stack. We come to the output option. Somewhere, what is the output of this? So, see, let me go from the how to do the output value. So let's see what is given here. Exam on Gen X. Okay, I think I meant you people exam on Gen X. Exam on Gen X. Okay, what it is saying? Def exam on my string. New star is equal to empty string. So what is the thing you are getting a new? So in my star, my string, the value is Gen X, and new string is equal to empty string, and your count is equal to 0. Count is equal to. For I in my str, if count percentage 2 is not equal to 0, so, so what does it mean for I in my str? Basically, I in my str is basically each of the character. So you are reading each of the characters. So each of the character, if you read it, so the characters will be, so value of I will be one time G, one time I value will be E, one time I value will be N, one time I value will be x, right? So this is the values are there. Now it is saying if count mod 2 is a odd, okay, then you are going to do if it is odd. So first time if its value is 0, so it will not get. So if it is not, then it is even. So even what you new str is equal to I dot low. So you have to add in new str. In new str, the lower version. So here I the value of count is equal to even. So yeah, that means we have to do new str is equal to new str plus the value of the lower version, which is g. Uh, Next, it is saying you have to read the next. If it is odd, that means the this time count is odd and count value is increasing. So it was initially 0, now is equal to 1 now. Now which is equal to odd. In case of odd, what you have to do, new str is equal to new str plus str count minus. That means count value is 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. I think by mistake they have written this as a this single quote, this first bracket. So it should be not be the first bracket, but it should be the third bracket. But anyhow, we assume this is the first bracket. So it is 0. So 0 strc. Str is, I think, my str, it should be, it is written str. I think they are confused here. It should be. No, 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 not a confusion. STR is a function. Okay, where's right, it's function. So new STR string, it is converted this into string. STR count minus one. So it's a bit of confusion if you read it. Getting. So it's count minus one is equal to one minus one is zero. So this case it will be zero. So it will be z zero, right? So now we are doing this one. So this for loop now more or less we understood. So for each of the letter, now we have a count is equal to 2. So what we do, count is even. So new str is equal to g 0 and this time small n and count is equal to 3. Now we will write count is equal to, this time it is odd. New str is equal to g0n and this time count value is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. So it will be 2. Right. So afterward, what it is given there, then it is written new str is equal to new str my str colon 2. Colon 2 means 0, 1, 2. So G. So only 0 GE will be added at the end. So new str is equal to Z 0 and 2 and G E is added. Remember this my str, it's still the same. And print the new string is you are giving this value. So this value is the output for this one, right? So this is the output, this entire thing after. So the final output is, this is the final output here, 31 part A. So this the output is this one. We'll write output is my Jenny. This. Hey, I am feeling like let's test this thing. So it won't take too much time. So let's see. F exam on is my colon, and then it is new str, then your count is equal to 0, and for I in my str, it is saying if count percentage 2 is not equal to 0, then new str is equal to new str plus str count minus 1, else new str is equal to new str plus I dot low. check if this mesh is there. Okay. Then count plus one is there everywhere. Count plus one, count plus equal to one. And finally, we have done here new str is equal to new str plus my str colon 2. Okay, hit that. Then print the new string is, and then it is printing. Print the new string is new str, right? And exam on 10x. Okay. Okay, I think let me run this thing what we are getting. I think somewhere I've written new str, the I number A two GN2GE. Okay, that is what I got, I think. NO2GE. The perfect is there. Okay. So this one is done. I think you have got the code here. And see, it's my number is there in case you are interested in studying for your class 12 for getting the full guidance for the entire session. Uh, I am there, so you can contact me on this number, right? Okay. So this is the output of this one. So without wasting any more time on this one, let's see, we move to the next one. So the next one is another an output program. Okay. So in remember we have a function here. So let's see write the output. So first we will do is that we have let's see we start with the C. Let's see if few data is there. We have D is equal to 1 1 2 1 colon 1 2 colon 2 3 colon 3. Then L1 L2 and then we have a change D. Now what is the change D is doing? Change D. Now let's see in the change D function we for K and V next item. So K is the key and V is the value of this X, which is the D. So L1, L2. So we can getting in L1, we are getting all the keys. So L1 is basically is in there for again see there is syntax is slightly correct. Anyhow, we are assuming they are in this part. L1 and L2. So we are giving L1, L2 will be in one, it will be 1, comma 2, comma 3, and the L2 we are getting the values of 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Next is print L1, print L2, and print D. So we have not done the changes in any of the D. So what we should get it here? So print L1. So L1 will be printed. This one. So our final output value will be L1 is this thing, L2 is this thing, and L3 is this one. Okay. So let me get this thing and put it here. This is the part B. Part B. I feel like running the code for once. So let me try here. Def in X for K, comma V in X dot items. So we do L1 dot append, K, L2 dot append, V, and then we have a dictionary where we have done. I'm copying from here what I have copied here. This is the part which is already there. Let's see here and change C is capital, and then we are print L1, print L2, and print D. Let's see. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So it's absolutely correct in this case. All right. So we have done this question number. Now we are coming to the section D. To section D. So in section D, we have a someone has created a table named worker which with a set of records to maintain the data of the construction sites, which consist of WID, W name, wage, hours, type, and site ID. After creating the table, she entered data in it, which is as follows. So this data she's entered. Now, what is the thing we need to know? Based on the data given, just write a SQL statement that display the name and wages of those workers whose names and wages of those workers. So we need the names and display names and wages of those workers missing whose salary is between 800 and 7, whose wages are between 800 and 1500. So it's very simple. Select the we have the just I need to take the name of the columns which are there once. So we have the WID, W name. So we have the column name for this table is WID, W name. Then we have wage hours type, wages hours type, wage hours and type, wage hours and type, and site ID and comma site ID. Site ID. So select W name, comma wage. From the table. The table name is given as worker of the table worker. Okay, so from worker, you can write in the same line also, where a wage between 800 and 1500. So this is the first one. Okay. Next, next is saying write a SQL statement to display the records of worker whose site ID is not. So display details. It is saying details of records of worker. So basically, records of worker whose site ID is not known. So it will be something like this: select asterisk from worker where site ID is uh, uh, null. Okay. So is null means if the site ID is not present or not. Write a SQL statement to display W name, wage, and hours of those workers whose type is skilled. So we need to display W name, W name, wage, and hours of workers whose type is skilled. So it's very simple. Select W name, wage, comma hours from worker whose type is skilled. Okay. Write SQL statement to change the wage to 1200 of the worker whose type is semi-skilled. So his wage stays to 1200 for workers whose type is semi-skilled. So it's an update one. So what we will do, uh, basically update worker, worker set wage is equal to 1200 where type is equal to semi-scale. Semi-scale, right? And don't forget to put semicolon, right? So this one is basically saying change the wage to 1200, change the wage to 1200 for uh, workers, for workers where type is semi skill, right? So this is okay. So this is the one. Next is the question number. Okay, now here there are some output questions are also there which can be done. Okay, let me see the time at this moment. So we have almost 1 hour in hand. And how many questions more are there? I think 35 or 37. Anyway, I will be coming back to this sub parts. Let me do first the one part of every question so that I have time in hand, right? That is a strategy you can also apply. A CSV file p record.csv contain records of the patients. Okay, so there are records of the patients. Each record of the file contains the following. So we have okay. Let me note down the details which you before doing we can do. So have we copied this one? Let me copy this question number section 3. It is 32. We've done 31, so 32 is this one. Now we come to 33. So 33 is saying we have prerecord.csv. Okay, so file name is prerecord. CSV is the file name. File name. Okay. And each record of the file contains the following data: name of the patient, disease. So what it's containing: name, disease, and what else is there? Is there number of days? A number of days he is there in the hospital, admitted, and amount. For example, we have one Bunyan jaundice for 15,000. Write the Python function to perform the specified operation on this file. Write a function read data which reads all the data from the file. So question number one is saying write function to read all data, all data uh, uh, from the file and display details of all cancer patients. The data and display details of all cancer patients. So this is the first one. Write the function count rec. Write function count rec, which counts and returns the number of records in it, which counts and returns the number of records in. Okay, I think this is the one which we can do. Read data which reads all the file. So how we'll do the part function. So let's see function show. We need to open the file. F is equal to open p underscore record dot csv, and we have a read, and we generally write new line is equal to this thing. Then what we do is that we have to, okay, very important is we have to import CSV. Then we need the CSV reader object. So we write RDR is equal to CSV dot reader of F. And then for we need to see the disease is cancer. So what we do for row in rows RDR. So RDR is basically is having the all this data is there. So what we do, this is 0 1. So if uh, row 1, which is this value disease, is dot lower, make it a lower, is equal to cancer, then we need to display the details. So we print the row, this entire row will, this is the F. So this is the first one. Second one is saying def count rec. In the count rec, we are going to count the number and return the number of records to do. So basically, we will write the same thing here. Uh, P record dot CSV. Then we have the R. Then we have a new line. New line is equal to this thing. Then RDR is equal to CSV dot reader F. And then we need a counter variable. So let's see count equal to 0. Then what we can do is that we have to read each of the record, RDR and count plus equal to 1. And in this case, they are saying we first close the file and then we return the value of, right. So this is so they are asking only this much to do. Anything more they are asking? No. So I think this is good enough for this question. So we have done the question number 33. Let's go to 34. So 34 is saying there is a table, assuming that you're working in the IT department of creative art gallery, which sells different forms of art creation like painting, sculpture. The data of art creation artists are kept in table articles and artists. Following are few records from this table. One is articles, one is artist. Okay. So we have a table. So what type of question is the queries are this? So let's see. We have a table called artist. So the first table is artist articles. Articles. In articles table code, A code, code, A code. Then we have article, doc, and price. Article, doc, and price. So this is the code, which is a code article. This thing. There is one more, which is the table, which is the table artists. So in artist, we have the code, a code, name, phone, email, a code, name, phone, email, and one more field is there, which is the DOP data. Now, what is the query saying? The queries are, as an employee of CAG, required to display all the records of articles table in ascending order of price. So all the records of articles tables in ascending order of price. So write select in descending order of price. Okay. Select star from articles order by price and we will write descending. The first one. Second one, to display the details of articles which were created in the year 2020. So we have to display the records in which the year is 2020. So display the details. Okay, so display means select asterisk from articles where doc like This is also one way where you can do 2020 percentage. So if it is 2020 is the starting one, then you can where the created in the year 2020. So if the first food like it's a 2020 is there, then it will. To display the structure of the table artist. So to display the structure, we have described artist. Fourth one, to display the name of all artists whose article is painting through equi-join. So to display the name of all artists whose article is painting. So select name of from articles, comma artists, where articles dot a code is equal to artist dot a code and uh, article is painting. Article is painting means uh, article column is article is equal to painting. So these are the four queries which are there. And you can do display name of all artists whose article is painting. So through natural learn also you can do. It's a very simple one. I write it here also. So select name from articles, natural join artists, where article is equal to painting. So these are the answers for this question. So 34 we have done. We have come to 35. Question number 35 is, so a table named theater in cinema database with the following structure. So write a function. So we write the important detail first. We have a table named theater is there. Theater. And database name is cinema. So the input, the writer function delete, these are the delete theater. So we have a function def delete theater. To input the value of theater ID. So and the user to permanently delete the corresponding records and assume the Python connectivity. This is in this very first case, either you can do it outside the function or inside the function also. Let's say I'm doing it outside few things. It's here. So we are doing import MySQL dot connector as a DB. Then we are creating a connection object which is DB dot connect. So here our host is equal to a local host. It is a local host. Then we have a user root. Here user is equal to root and password, which is password is equal to given as ex20 ex2025. We have a table, a database, which we can also give, which is equal to cinema. So this is there. We have con is there. So this part we have done. We can do it inside also. Like then we need to create a cursor object. So con dot cursor. Now it is saying to take the value of theater ID from the user. So let's see, theater ID is equal to input. And what kind of theater ID is there? Theater ID is a char of 5, so it will be a string. Input, enter, theater ID. Okay. And from the table, you have to delete those records which are the permanently input the record value and delete those records. So what we do for deleting, we write SQL, which is a delete from theater, where your theater ID, this case, which is given as TH ID, is equal to percentage S. Delete from theater where theater ID is equal to percentage S. Okay. And then what we do cursor dot execute SQL, and remember the value of theater ID will go as tuple. Once this is done, we will do con dot commit. But it's good enough. See, they have asked a corresponding record for this one. So what is written here? So there are many checks, other things which we can do. It's not required. So the requirement which is there, opening the this thing, opening the cursor object connection, then cursor object, then use the SQL to uh, and then execute it, and then further. And finally, if you want, you can close the. This is the function of the. This entire thing is for question number 35. So question number 35 is this one. Now we have come to question number 36. 36 is section E. Okay, so let me write this is for section E here. Okay. A file passenger.dat stored the record. So we have a binary file this time. It seems the file name is passenger.dat. Okay. What else they have given? And the records are PNR, PNAME, PNR, PNAME, which is the passenger name, boarding station, destination station, BRD station, BRD station, destination, ESTN, and fare. Now, write a user-defined function. So, what function we need? Create to input data of passenger. So here, PNR is we need to know PNR is string. Then we have PNAME is also string. Okay. So except for the fare, which is all a string except for the fare. Fare is a all a string except for fare, which is flow. So we need to do first function is to create to import the data and write to the binary file passenger data. So create function is basically to input it, to read into binary. Okay, second function which is search destination D. So search destination D to basically read the content of file, display with destination. So display the matching destination. Okay, then there is one more function to increase the fare of all passenger by 5% and rewrite the updated data. So to increase update is basically update fare, increase the fare by 5%. Okay. So let's see, we were one by one. Very important is import pickle. Let the first function def create. We have to open the file. F is equal to open. File name is passenger dot dat. Let's see, we open is append mode. Then we read the data from the user. Okay. So we need the PNR. So input, we write input, enter PNR, enter PNR. We have we have the p name. P name is equal to is again p name is input is equal to input enter p name. Okay, there was slight internet issue, but anyhow, I've solved this one. Let's see. We still have time to complete this paper, 45 minutes. So enter P name. So we are entering the P name. Then we have the boarding station. So BRD station, enter boarding station. Then we have the destination station, which is equal to input, enter destination station. Okay, and then uh, we have fare. So fare is basically flow, input, enter fare. And then we have the record with this PNR, name, boarding station, destination station, and fare. Now it's a very simple. We have pickle dot dump. In this case, we are going to give the record and F and F dot. This is done. Now we come to the next one, which is the def search. So def search destination T. So here also we need to open the file. F is equal to open. We passenger dot dat in read. Now here what we need to do is that we need to display all the records whose destination is matching. So destination 0, 1, 2, 3. So the third field. So we'll write trial while true, then we write a record is equal to pickle dot load of F. Now if rec 0, let's see, we make it lower, is equal to d dot lower, it's matching, it's double equal to lower. In that case, we have to display the, so it is saying to display the matching records of matching destination. So we print the record. Okay, here in accept, we write f dot close. So this is now def, we have the update. In update, we have to open the file. What we need to do is that what we can do is that we can open the file passenger.dat in R plus B mode. It's known as the edit mode. Now here, what we do, try while true, we first need to know the location of the record. Once we get the location of the record, what we are going to do is that we have to increase the, we have to read the record. So read record will be pickle dot load of F. Now what we do in the F, the fare part, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So fourth part, which is equal to whatever the fare is there, we have to increase by 5%. So it will be 5 divided by 100 into the rest. Okay, so this is the 5% increase. And then we have to write the file back. So we'll write here f dot seek position and then pickle dot dump again the record to the file back. Okay. This we will do for all the records. In the except part, we will have dot close, right? So this is the three functions. A bit complicated is this one, I feel. For two, I think this is only a 4 marks question, 5 marks question, but slightly, I think, will require time from the students to solve this. Now we are coming to the 37. 37 is okay. Some blocks are given here, admin, psychology, and this thing. So this is a very regular type of question where it's saying, first part is saying, suggest the most appropriate location of server inside the Vijayawada center. So you can see the maximum number of computers are in the psychiatry ward. Okay. So, so here, so the part A, the server should be placed in the block. What is this psychiatry? Psychiatry. And what is the reason? The reason is very simple. It has the maximum number of computers. Maximum number of computers. One thing is that. Secondly, as per 80-20% rule, only the only the as per the only the 20% of the traffic, uh, network traffic, network traffic should move across the backbone, and remaining 80% of the traffic should uh, should be within the blocks. So as per the rule, so there it is where 80% is there. So that is okay. Next is saying which hardware device will you suggest to connect all computers in a. So the hardware device should be switch or hub. Switch or hub is required to connect all devices. Next is okay, draw a cable layout for efficiently. Before that we do, where should the router be placed to provide internet? So question number for the fourth part, I've written D part here anyway. Let's see if we can change it to, let's see, it's okay. Draw, let's see, but fourth part we is be placed in the, where should we place the router? Router should be placed in the uh, server building, which is psychiatry. Fifth one is saying a manager at Nagpur wants to remotely access the admin block at Vijayawada. Which protocol is used for? See, nowadays it's a bit different. See, as per the book, if we go, the answer will be only 10 left. But nowadays we can use, or even TCP/IP, which is used on the internet now. It is quite possible. Okay. And even the VPN can be which access the admin block computers, and so even the VPN or VPN which can be also used to uh, access this. Next is the which type of network will be set up where computers connected in the Vijayawada. So in a Vijayawada block, if you see the distance is within the 100 meters, so it will be a land. Okay, so within a building, within an enclosed area, we will consider this considered to be a land. So B will be a, or it is a land. Now we have left only with the diagram. Okay. So for diagram doing this thing, what we do, we insert a drawing from here. We need a four block admin psychology. Draw four here. Admin, admin, and IC. Now here you can see the distance. Admin to secretary is 65 meter. Okay, admin to secretary, admin to psychology. We can do admin to psychology one, admin to secretary one. Then we have admin to ICU. We have admin to ICU is. Then we have here psychiatry to psychology, psychiatry to psychology. Then we have psychiatry to ICU, psychology to ICU, psychology to ICU, and now let's see with the distance. Admin to psychiatry and psychology is 65 meter each. So here admin to psychology is 65. Okay. This 65 is here also. Now ICU is also 65. Admin to ICU is also 65. So this is also. Then psychiatry to psychology is 100. So psychology to psychiatry is 100 meters. So this is 100 meter. Then we have psychiatry to ICU is 50 meters. Psychiatry to ICU. So this is 50 meter. And this is 50 meters. So we have got it. Now see, our whole purpose of doing this thing is we have considered this is the one where is the server is. So we need to see the shortest distance. So ICU is obviously the shortest distance. For admin is also 65. But can we see a shortest distance from here to here? See, other distances are more than 100. So directly is also 100. So both can be taken either via this one and directly. So if it is 100 meters, then we need a kind of a router here, repeater here. But if we do not use this thing, so it can be directly. So both are correct. So we are doing the direct loop. We are not taking, we are using. This is the correct one here. Why? Because it directly connected to this one. Okay, so why? Because the switch and hubs are sometimes used for the purpose of uh, increasing the strength of the signal, right? So I think this is the question number. Last question is there. So any more is there? I think we have covered. Let me see one question which was I was thinking to do, but we have time now of 30 minutes. Was that question? I think. Let me do one question which is the stack question which we have not done. So let me do this stack here. So in this stack question, what is given? There is a write the following user-defined functions in Python. Here n is my stack are the list, and my stack represent the. So very first you have my stack is an empty stack. And now we have a function push trail. So def push trail. In this case, we have n and my stack. Now, n and both are lists. The function should push the first last elements from the list n into my stack. For example, if these are the elements, the last elements will be pushed onto the stack. Okay. So push trail the element. So the value of the stack will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the stack is there. So what we can do is that for the last 5 elements to add in the stack, what we can do is that for x in n uh, last 5 elements we need to do is from minus 5 colon. Okay. So minus 5 colon will keep on increasing once minus 4 minus 3 till the end. And then we will do my stack dot append x. So this is the only function which we need to do. First, you can do in other way also. This is okay. Pop one will the function will pop an element from the stack and return to the element. If the stack is empty, it will return display message and return. It's very simple. So we have a function called pop one on my stack. If my stack is equal to empty, then we print stack. What we need to print? We have to print stack underfloor, and then return none. Else, uh, return none if the stack is empty, and function should display the message stack underflow and return none. And from my stack and return. Okay, so you have to pop the elements. So let's see, element is equal to my stack dot pop and now so this is also that. Now next one is display all. Display all my stack. Here, the function to display all the elements of the stack without deleting them. If the stack is empty, it should display the message empty stack. So first we see if my stack is equal to this. So we'll print stack empty. Otherwise, else we are going to print all the elements for x in my stack. And remember, this time we have to print the element in default order. So -1, then we print x and is equal to this last to first order. So these are the three functions which are there for question number B part of question number 31. No, is B part of question number 30. So question number 30 is here. So what I feel that this question is not very easy paper. I cannot consider it because maybe at my level I am finding it a little okay, but it may not be very okay for us students. So what I feel is that the strategy of dealing with papers nowadays is first to devote your time in understanding which are the questions which you can do it correctly and you find it easy. So attempt those questions, and if you get time, then do the or part. So in case your one part is not correct, the other part is okay. So you will be get the answer. Okay. So one more time, I'm just reminding you. So if you are interested in your getting full marks in your class, both in class 12 or even in class 11, if you want to study computer science properly with in-depth knowledge, you can contact me and you can WhatsApp me on this number. And I hope understanding doing this computer science properly will help you a lot in the future. So I think this is okay. So see you in the next video. Thank